Friends, Rich Lohman here, and I'm parked for Lord knows why. Really, Lord knows why. I'm parked at the Grand Haven State Park. I'm gonna flip the camera around real quick. I'm gonna show you. There's the lighthouse, both of them, out towards the pier. There's free water flowing. Waves are churning, but there's also icebergs out on the beaches. So, not ready for my son to come home and surf. Not ready for me to go out fishing. A lot of good things. But I was in my prayer time this morning, and I just got thinking, filled with emotion. Can even point right here. Super excited for the U.S. Men's and women's hockey teams, both winning gold. It's a little bit emotional to me, and that's what I want to share the story of, is there's context behind this, and hopefully the video is going to work okay because the phone's sitting on my steering wheel. The context is of what emotions I experienced yesterday was what an amazing thing, because I was a little kid that grew up. I was born in 1973, so I was 7 years old when the 1980 Miracle on Ice U.S. hockey team, won gold, beat the Soviets. And I was telling my wife this weekend, it's a little bit emotional because I can remember, leaning into that Olympics and coming out of that Olympics. I had this USA jersey, and I wish I still had the USA jersey to wear it yesterday or wear it today out of pride for what that dream meant. And the dream that I could say was, I dreamed about playing in the Olympics, especially after the 1980 Olympics. And the cool thing that I've experienced in my hockey journey was that I did have a friend and line mate that did get to play in the Olympics. And super excited when he was able to do that when he was still playing and his career was still going. But it wasn't mine. And, I will also talk about the players that played this year and the dream that they had when they were little kids. It was their dream, and they held on to that dream so much that it manifested. It became a reality. So, as I think about it, it doesn't mean that the Canadian players, they played a wonderful game. It was probably one of the best hockey games I've ever seen. But, it doesn't mean that the Canadian players didn't have the dream. They did too. There was just a little bit more focus or, really burning desire, just a little bit more from the USA team that likely manifested into a win and a loss, the gold medal. But it gets me thinking about all the dreams I've had. I just, shared the picture of the Lake Michigan. And once upon a time, I dreamt that I wanted to be a charter boat captain. I love fishing out on Lake Michigan. I love taking people out there that don't always get to the opportunity to go out there. And so it once was a dream. I've had many, many different dreams, and the realization of the dream is the thing that I'm now more focused on. I have a dream right now that the book that I'm writing becomes a New York Times bestseller. But if I don't stay focused on the dream, if my mental capabilities, and I'm not really, really honed in on it, in doing all the activities and not getting frustrated because I'm not moving closer to my dream, then I'll move closer to it. I do believe God's will be done in this, but at the same time, I think God's will be done. God opens doors to a lot of amazing things. So my dream now has morphed and changed. The older I get, the more that I don't dream about, running the Boston Marathon. My knees are bad, those kind of things. I don't dream about charter boat captain. I go out to Lake Michigan to fish and, to find peace out there. But I do have a dream that book becomes a New York Times bestseller. And in it is going to be a lot of the current material that I teach, that I really want other people to understand, that this manifestation of your imagination, of your will, of your dreams is something that I'm currently super focused on. The ability to write the book is in process. The visualization of it becoming such a popular book that it becomes a New York Times bestseller, that becomes a deeper sense of how to accomplish that. So I want to ask you more about what your dream is, because you're the hero in your own story. I'm the hero in my story. I get to be the guide to a lot of people, helping them foster the development of their dreams and the imagination of what they want to accomplish. If you're not living your best life, if you're not in a career that you're chasing that dream, that goal, that something, then I want to encourage you to find what you're looking for, to start to dream again, to use your imagination and really hone in on what do you want. Because I know that life is a cruel joke sometimes. It's hard sometimes. It's humbling all the time. But if you can hold the image, like the U.S. hockey players did, hold the image of someday, getting the game-winning goal. That player, Jack Hughes, he had a dream, or was really focused. It was a conscious dream the night before of scoring the game-winning goal. But I think that's really what life is all about, is focusing on what you want to the extent that you eliminate all other distractions and chase your dream. But too often, we as humans give up too soon. So I just want this to be just a pin in social media, history, that I say, what's your dream? And how much are you focused on it? And how much are you doing the activities out of blind obedience that you don't know if you're going to get to the outcome, but how much are you focused on living that dream life that you want? That's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm 100% locked into, is the activities of being a guide in people's lives, helping people, and at the same time, creating that dream life for me. So I just want people to stop, slow down, and think, do you have a dream? Do you have a burning desire? Do you have, like the magnifying glass on one specific thing that you want, so that when all the energy and all the sun hit that magnifying glass, it hits that one spot and creates that burning white light that creates the spark, the fire, the flame that's inside of you? I know I've got it, but my guide person inside of me right now is hoping that you get it too, because I know that's how and why the U.S. Olympic team won yesterday, and such an amazing thing. Now, how do you harness what they had and figure out what your dream is? Again, I'm going to turn my camera around. If you want to make it that you're a charter boat captain and you want to go out to Lake Michigan and do that, then chase your dream. But if your dream is something else, something related to relationships, something related to career, something related to money, something related to a physical performance and something you want, my encouragement is chase your dreams. And if you need a guide, you need somebody that can help you stand in your future and keep encouraging you, keep giving you ideas, keep giving you a pathway, that's what I get to do. It's a wonderful career that I have, that I get to be a guide in other people's dreams. But make no mistake, you're the hero of your own story. And you have to look in the mirror and decide, am I acting like a hero right now, or am I acting like a goat? So, what's your dream? That sounds like Pretty Woman right now. What's your dream? I hope you find this message encouraging and that you start chasing your dream. Take care. See you in another live soon.